Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. We got 13 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And if you guys like betting on easy MLB player props, go ahead and sign up with Parlay Play. Get free entries when you guys sign up. It's that easy. Go ahead and hop in there and take advantage. Super busy slate today, 13 matchups, starting with the Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees. The Yankees opening up as home favorites at minus 175, Boston plus 145 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Red Sox is Nathan Eovaldi. Finished last season 11-9 with an ERA of 3.75. He had 195 strikes. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole. Finished 16-8 with an ERA of 3.23. He had 243 strikes. The Yankees. Let's see. Yeah, Boston. Yeah, both their first games here. Boston. 0-5 on the road against the Yankees from last season. 1-6 in their last 7 against the Yankees. The unders hit an 8 out of their last 11 games against Boston. Yeah, kind of a toss and match. I mean, two pretty good pitchers from last season. Eovaldi, Garrett Cole had pretty solid seasons, honestly. Yeah, we're getting a classic matchup here. Boston, the Red Sox versus the Yankees. Opening day, we're going to see what happens. Minus 175, not in love with it. We already saw some big favorites get taken out yesterday. And the Yankees, they were a team last year that always kind of unreliable, especially as big favorites. I'm going to start the season off with a nice underdog play. I like Red Sox plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox versus the Detroit Tigers. The White Sox opening up as road favorites at minus 133. Detroit plus 123 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the White Sox is Lucas Giolito. He finished the season 11-9. He had an ERA of 3.53 with 201 strikes. Pitching for the Tigers is Eduardo Rodriguez. Finished 13-8 with an ERA of 4.74 with 185 strikes. The White Sox 12-6 against Detroit. The overs hit in 6 out of their last 9 games played in April. Detroit, the unders hit in 7 out of their last 8 games at home. I like the White Sox here. Going to be probably another solid season for the White Sox. You know, until we get a good week or two worth of games in. Not going to be too much stats to go off of. You know, I do like the White Sox here. I have a slight better pitching advantage here with Lucas on the mound. I'm going to roll with the White Sox on the road. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Chicago Cubs. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 165. Chicago plus 140 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff. Finished last season 9-10 with an ERA of 2.56. He had 211 strikeouts. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele. Has an ERA of 4.26 with 59 strikeouts. Yeah, we have a game under the books here. Milwaukee losing to the Cubs yesterday. Kind of disappointing. They are 6-1 on the road against the Cubs. They're 11-2 against the Cubs. I mean, they've been dominant against the Cubs. They just let that game get away from them. Kind of disappointing, losing by 1. Cubs actually looked pretty decent yesterday, but Cubs just 1-9 at home, 1-6 at home against Milwaukee. I like the Brewers on a bounce back here. Surely they can't lose 2 games in a row to the Cubs. And the Cubs just have not been a good home team, especially last season. I like Brewers off a bounce back loss. Give me Brewers on the road here. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -178. Oakland +168 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for Oakland is Frankie Montas. 13-9 last season with an ERA of 3.37. Had 207 strikeouts. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola. Was 9-9 last season with an ERA of 4.63. He had 223 strikeouts. Oakland, finished the season 1-5 on the road. The overs hit in 4 out of their last 6 games dating back to last season. I just think Oakland, I think they're going to be pretty bad this year. Didn't do too much in free agency, lost some players. I'm liking the Phillies here, 5-1 at home. The under's hit in 6 out of their last 8 games. Could potentially be an under kind of matchup here. I do like the Phillies. I do like Aaron Nola on the mound. Been pretty decent last season. I'm going to take Phillies at home here. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay opening up as home favorites at -195. Baltimore +160 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Orioles is John Means. Finished last season 6-9 with an ERA of 3.62. Had 134 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan. Finished 10-6. Had an ERA of 3.43 with 141 strikeouts. Baltimore 0-10 against Tampa Bay. 0-6 on the road against Tampa. Yeah, Tampa, they've been dominant against Baltimore. And, loving Tampa Bay at home. Shane McClanahan, really good on the mound last season. I'm going to take the Rays at home here. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Colorado Rockies. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -205. Colorado +185 with the over-under at 11.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Walker Buehler. Finished last season 16-4 with an ERA of 2.47. He had 212 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland. Finished 7-8 with an ERA of 4.33. He had 105 strikeouts. The Dodgers. 13-5 against Colorado. 7-2 on the road against Colorado. The Dodgers got better in the offseason. Definitely going to be the favorites to win it here. Love the Dodgers. They're going to be fun to bet on this season. And big pitching advantage, especially with Walker Buehler on the mound. Love their pitching rotation too. Give me the Dodgers on the road. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -115. Seattle -105 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Mariners is Robbie Ray. Finished last season 13-7 with an ERA of 2.84. He had 248 strikeouts. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan. Finished last season 2-1 with an ERA of 4.05. He had 30 strikeouts. Seattle 4-1 against Minnesota. 7-1 on the road. The unders hit in Minnesota 7 out of their last 10 games here. In a game where there's not much value here, I'd say pretty even pitching advantage. I do like Robbie Ray on the mound for Seattle. I'm going to take Seattle +1.5 on the road here. Next matchup, we have the Miami Marlins versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -140. Miami plus 120 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA, or finished 9-15 last season with an ERA of 3.19. He had 201 strikeouts. Pitching for the Giants is Logan Webb. Finished last season 11-3 with an ERA of 3.03. He had 158 strikeouts. The Marlins 1-4 against San Francisco, 1-4 on the road against San Francisco. San Fran 8-4 at home. The unders hitting 4 out of the last 6 games for the Marlins. Yeah, I'm liking the Giants at home. Going to be a good team to bet on this season. I do like Logan Webb on the mound. Really good last season here. Give me the Giants at home. All right, next matchup, we have the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. Mets opening up as road favorites at minus 185. Washington plus 155 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Mets is Max Scherzer. Finished last season 15-4 with an ERA of 2.46. He had 236 strikeouts. Pitching for the Nationals is Josiah Gray. Finished last season 2-2 with an ERA of 5.48. He had 76 strikeouts. Yeah, these teams, did just play yesterday. The Mets pretty much dominating them 5-1 in that matchup. Mets looked really good. Definitely thought the Washington could hang, but yeah, going to be tough. Mets 9-3 against Washington. Washington 1-7 at home. Going to be tough. Max Scherzer, elite last year. Loved when Max Scherzer was pitching for the Dodgers last season. Hardly gives up runs and hits. Yeah, we kind of saw what the Mets are going to be. Might be pretty good this season. Only one game in, but looked really good opening day. Huge pitching advantage here. Rolling with the Mets on the road. Next matchup, we have the Texas Rangers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 180. Texas plus 150 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Rangers is John Gray. Finished last season 8-12 with an ERA of 4.59. He had 157 strikeouts. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Jose Barrios. Finished 12-9 with an ERA of 3.52. He had 204 strikeouts. The Rangers 1-6 on the road against Toronto. 3-6 against Toronto straight up. Toronto 4-1 at home. Yeah, really liking the Blue Jays here. Rangers had a tough year last season. Toronto expected to have another solid year as well. Love Barrios on the mound. Rolling with the Blue Jays at home. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 195. Cincinnati plus 160 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Reds is Reaver Sanmartin. Finished last season 2-0 with an ERA of 1.54. He had 11 strikeouts. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton. Finished last season 14-6 with an ERA of 3.34. He had 216 strikeouts. Yeah, these teams just played each other. Cincinnati coming off that big 6-3 win as the underdog here. Looked really good opening day. The overs hitting 7 out of Cincinnati's last 10 games. Atlanta, they are a good home team, 9-2 at home against the Reds, or just 9-2 at home straight up. Reds have struggled on the road, 3-8 on the road. I like the Braves here, coming off that Reds loss. Really good home team last season. I do like Charlie Morton on the mound. Reaver Sanmartin, I don't see him pitching more than a couple innings, maybe even less. Yeah, I like the Braves off a bounce back here. If you want to go with the upset again for the Reds, wouldn't shock me. Baseball's crazy. I do like the Braves to come back and get it done at home today. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as, well, both teams currently in a pick'em scenario at -110. Houston does look like they are the underdog. You can get them +1.5 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Astros is Jake Odorizzi. Finished last season 6-7 with an ERA of 4.21. He had 91 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers. Finished the season 1-3 with an ERA of 7.40. He had 19 strikeouts. Yeah, these teams coming off a game they just played each other. Houston winning that matchup 3-1. Ohtani, perfect game. Didn't give up any hits. That's the thing about baseball, man. You could have a great pitching advantage, and then once you're done pitching, your relievers come in and they just ruin the game for you, and that's exactly what happened to the Angels. Houston looked pretty good yesterday. 5-1 against the Angels, 4-1 on the road against the Angels. The fact you can get Houston +1.5 on the road again, or +1.5 again, I'm taking that as well. Looked good yesterday. Big pitching advantage, I think, here. Give me the Astros on the road. And then the last matchup, we have the San Diego Padres versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Padres opening up as road favorites at -150. Arizona +130 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Padres is Sean Manaea. Finished last season 11-10 with an ERA of 3.91. He had 194 strikeouts. Pitching for the Diamondbacks is Merrill Kelly. Finished last season 7-11 with an ERA of 4.44. He had 130 strikeouts. Padres blowing the game last night, up 2-0, losing 4-2. Unfortunate. Arizona getting a nice underdog win. San Diego 1-9 on the road, 4-16 on the road against Arizona. San Diego, towards the end of last season, man, they were so unreliable, and so far looking like the same Padres team. Only one game in, but already blew a lead against Arizona here. God, already no trust in the Padres. One game in, killed the parlays yesterday. Give me Arizona +1.5 at home. Padres have been horrible on the road. We'll see what they can do here. Don't love picking Arizona this early, but giving you a little confidence coming off a nice underdog win yesterday. Give me the Diamondbacks +1.5 at home. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.